Welcome back to Meet Us in the Ring at our normal time. Hey, girl.
Yes. What's going on?
How are you?
Hungover. I feel a lot better after a good nap. Um,
Period.
when I got home, girl, my head was spinning. I was like, oh no.
Maddie's been
Saturdays.
on her Margaritaville life lately.
Yes. It was my first like Friday and Saturday. It's my first time closing as a manager Friday and Saturday,
Mhm.
which like big responsibility because people get kind of crazy, but
Yeah.
it was pretty easy. I did the damn thing, girl.
Hey, well, of course. That's why you are employee of the
I
corner.
did win that.
Slay.
I did win that.
I love that for
Period.
you.
Period.
Period.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
we have so much to talk about today, but before we get into anything, I kind of just want to talk about this past week in wrestling
Mhm.
as a whole. And
Yeah.
also tonight, uh I'm sure it's either on already or it's going to be on in an hour, NXT Battleground.
And
So,
Double or Nothing.
yeah, and Double or Nothing. So we'll have two of the biggest matches this month. I
Yeah.
mean, to me, of Stephanie Vaquer versus Jordan Grace and Tony Storm versus Mina Shirakawa, who
Yeah.
is now officially All Elite.
Yeah.
She
Pretty
is
crazy.
signed to AEW officially. I mean, she'd been having matches on there for how long?
Quite a while.
Yeah, so they just kind of made it official and they announced it on their Instagram. But this week in wrestling in particular, I feel like was just so action packed and like I
Yeah.
just couldn't keep up, girl.
Yeah, no, me neither. And that's exactly why I didn't keep up.
We had I'm just talking about women's wrestling. We had
Right.
two Money in the Bank qualifiers on Raw. We
Mhm.
had one on SmackDown, which shout out to Julia for beating Charlotte Flair and Zelina Vega to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. So that's exciting.
I really don't
We
love that they had a champion eat a pin just so Charlotte wouldn't have to. Like,
Yeah, why did you have her pin the US champion?
just do go with the classic roll up. I mean, screw it.
Yeah. And then obviously last night we had Saturday Night Main Event with only one women's match on the card, and they
At
added
least
it
there was one.
literally Friday night.
At least there
And
was one. I mean, shit.
so we had Zelina Vega versus Chelsea Green for the United States Championship. And then, like I said, today, and we have two pay-per-views. So
Yeah.
it's like this week was just jam-packed.
And the news coming out about WrestleMania no longer being in New Orleans.
Hmm.
I texted Mary, guys, and I was like, girl, we're going back to Vegas 2.0.
And I told
Yeah.
her until WWE confirms where it's gonna be, I'm not getting my hopes up. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was definitely some big news this week. Of
Yeah.
I mean, what happened? Like
So
what?
I read that they received like a really high bid for another location. And
Mm,
WWE's like, oh, you want to pay us all this? Okay. So a lot of people are speculating, please don't be Saudi. I don't think it's going to be Saudi because they have the Rumble.
yeah.
Um, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it was Vegas again. But it would be cool if, like, it wasn't.
Yeah. One of the sources on one of the articles that I was reading though was like Dave Meltzer, and I'm like, please,
Oh,
he's
okay,
not a
yeah.
source. He's not a source.
This is
Um,
this is what I was talking about earlier. Before we went live, I was talking about this. And I was like, I thought it was this year for some reason. I was like, oh wait, no, we have the qualifying matches already. So yeah, Money in the Bank
yeah.
next year. Not only is going to be in New Orleans, but it's going to be in August.
But I find it so strange that they're pulling out of New Orleans because normally they signed that contract on the dotted line, baby, like a year prior.
Yeah,
So it's like,
yeah.
did they break the contract? Did New Orleans break the contract? Like, what's the tea, sis? You know? So I think,
So yeah, can't remember a time ever where because they always announce where it's going to be, like at the next at the WrestleMania, like Vegas. They were like, we're going to New Orleans. Oh, I've
yeah.
never seen it to where they've changed their minds.
No, I have not seen this in the like since I've been consistently watching wrestling in 2014, I have not seen them change the WrestleMania venue except for COVID because they had to. But
Yeah.
so that's neither here nor there. So it's like that's crazy. And until Triple H or whoever, TKO, whoever comes out and like says, "Hey, this was that XYZ reason," or they don't say any reason at all, I could very well see them just kind of ignoring it and then being like, "JK, it's going to be in wherever."
Yeah.
So,
But
but
I don't know. If I was them, I would not go back to Vegas
this is a heavy period.
for
That
that
crowd
reason
doesn't
too.
deserve back-to-back manias. So true. I'm so sorry to everyone who was at WrestleMania 41 in the stadium. Y'all
Yeah.
were not it. I am so sorry.
I'm not sorry. Y'all were trash. But also like this year's WrestleMania was not good. So why would we go back? Like if it was a bomb WrestleMania, like 10 out of 10, and then like we're
Mhm.
gonna run it back, I'd be like, okay. But because this WrestleMania was not good, it's like why? Like, do you want to redo or something? You want to be like, this sucked, so let's make it better? Like, I don't know. Whatever. I guess we'll
Yeah,
go
I
back to
mean,
Vegas.
I feel like you're just manifesting it at this point because you want to go back to Stadium Swim.
I want to go back to Stadium Swim, but I mean, like, would I be thrilled? I'd rather go to New Orleans. Like, I was really bummed to see that it wasn't going to be in New Orleans because, like, we had already kind of talked about maybe going, and I've never been to New Orleans.
Mhm.
That's like a number one
Neither have I.
top 3 places in the U.S. bucket list for me. So, kind of bummed about that. And then, I mean, we had a great time in Vegas. Don't get me wrong. Like,
Mhm.
I still have post Vegas depression, but it's like, I don't know if I'm ready for that degeneracy again.
Yeah.
But it could be fun. And it probably will be fun. So,
I mean, just for funsies,
mhm.
where would you like it to be next year now that it's no longer going to be in New Orleans?
I wanted it to be New Orleans.
Okay, well, that's not an option now.
Okay. Oh, before I answer that, this is interesting. I didn't know that.
The TKO headquarters is in Vegas. I'm sure that has something to do with it. Huh.
That's interesting.
I
did
didn't
not
think
know
about that.
Didn't know that at all. Thank you, Nas. Nas, my boy Nas. That's hard because there's like not many. I feel like no, because that's Florida. I don't know. I actually don't know. I mean, I don't want to say overseas because I want to go. I do think
Period.
London deserves a WrestleMania, so I wouldn't be
Agreed.
mad if they got it. Maybe like somebody's Denver. Denver could be fun. I've never been there.
Everybody will be high. What do you mean?
Exactly. I mean, anybody else love the stuff, you know? So that could be fun. New York City maybe could be kind of fun, but again, like that's a place I've been a million times. Love it. But yeah, I don't know. Somebody's Texas.
No, I'm not going to Texas.
No, thank you. Not in this climate. Weather and other stuff. Yeah, I don't know. What about you? Where would you want to go?
I think, I mean, I would love for San Diego to have it one time just because super close to me. So that would be really awesome.
Love San Diego.
But also I think, I don't know, if they go somewhere like, I'm trying to think of somewhere in the US that I actually like want to go to.
New Orleans is like my number one. And so the fact that they've taken away is so sad. Maybe we should just go to Money in the Bank next year.
Girl, I'm not going all the way over there for Money in the Bank. You have me messed up. No, but I think, I don't know. I mostly just feel like California so that I don't have to travel that far. I'm selfish.
How do you think I feel, girl?
I wouldn't mind it being in DC. They've done it before, haven't they? No.
Have they ever? Oh, a WrestleMania.
I don't know. I might be wrong.
As someone who lives here, no, thank you. No.
Okay, I was saying that so that I could see you, but whatever.
And I mean, girl, I would see each other anyway, and it would be cool for you to like see my neck of the woods. But I don't know. We already get a lot of crazy people here in DC, if you know what I'm saying. So to mix that with wrestling fans, oh god. I would love, as somebody who works at a beer garden, I would love for my job to be full of wrestling fan customers, though. That
Mhm.
would be so tea. And I would just do nothing but like chat with them the whole time. A lot of people are saying London. I absolutely think they deserve
Valid.
a
Mhm.
WrestleMania. I would never go because, random side note, British people food.
You're British.
Yes, I know. And it wasn't until this is a fun little side note, guys, like just a little in the know about me. I didn't know how to like properly season my food until I started living on my own. Like, because my growing up with British parents, salt and pepper was just that.
Stop.
Yeah. So
That's
I
so funny.
I had a lot of wonderful people here in DC teach me, and now I think I'm actually a great cook. No, it is, and I have family over there that I haven't seen in years, and I'm like, you know what? When you guys get good food, like maybe I'll come say hey. Maddie, what about Houston? I don't want to disrespect TJ because I see him in here, but I have been to Houston, I think twice, and it was just very lackluster to me.
Oof.
And I personally don't do well with extreme heat. So
Yeah.
Boston could be fun.
Oh, they'd be hilarious. Well, hopefully.
Boston
Just
could be really
with
fun.
with
Never
their
been to Boston.
heckling.
Yeah, never been to Boston. This was my original answer.
Miami.
I was gonna say Miami.
I low key have always like wanted to go to Miami, low key, but like Florida is just so much right now.
Well, yeah, that's true. Miami is cool, and I would love
What
to go
about
back
like
to Miami.
Atlanta?
I mean, like, I would go, but I wouldn't really be excited about it, you know. New Jersey.
Eric said New Jersey. Listen, as someone who is an avid Cake Boss fan, I wouldn't mind it. I'd be hitting up
Have you ever
Carlos
actually
Bakery.
been to New Jersey?
No.
There's not a lot going on there, girl.
Cap is being a troll and said Alaska. Girl,
I always wanted to go to Alaska, though.
ain't nobody going to Alaska for WrestleMania though.
Oh God, can you imagine the
I don't
flight
even think
prices?
they have a stadium. Correct me if I'm wrong. Someone from
No.
Alaska.
Chicago.
Nope. Anyway, we digress. Yeah, I mean, this is obviously an ongoing situation, so we'll
Yeah.
see where WrestleMania ends up. If it's back in Vegas, cool. Maddie and I will do Vegas 2.0.
That would be fun.
If it's somewhere else that isn't trash, we'll probably go.
At least if we go back to Vegas, we can do like anything that we didn't do last time. So,
Which I don't know what that would be, but
stadium swim 2 nights in a row, though, for
yeah,
sure.
Period. That day bed felt so bougie.
We can get a cabana this time, girl.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we'll have to book it fast. Eric said, "So Mary MJF is in the Hurt Syndicate, huh?"
I don't know why you're telling Mary about this because she does not know or care.
Well, okay, first of all, I do know the Hurt Syndicate. Thank you, Bobby Lashley, MVP. Period. And Shelton Benjamin.
Yep.
And weren't they like trying to bring Ricochet in at one point?
I think so. And then they like approved MJF. I don't know what's going on with that.
Why did they need to bring the white man in? I'm just saying.
Ooh.
They didn't need him.
If they said okay, then you know. But I don't know. I'm not really paying attention to that stuff, to be honest. I don't like MJF, so I don't care.
Yeah. Well, on a better note, let's talk about SmackDown. And first of all, the match between Julia, Charlotte, and Zelina was very good from what I saw. I didn't see the whole match, but I did see like bits and pieces, and it looked good. And we have the Wyatt Six back.
Yeah,
they're back. They returned on Bray Wyatt's birthday, and like it just like it makes me want to cry because I was so glad that they did that. And they even had like the little cake in front, and Uncle Howdy blew out the candle. It just, and I love that Nikki Cross kind of gets to do stuff because Candice LeRae was there when everything was going down. I hope they utilize her more. I I had said that because I know a lot of people want Alexa to be in the Wyatt Six, and I get it. Like, obviously, she had prior stuff with Bray Wyatt, and she, is very involved in that way. But I don't think she needs to be in it. I don't think they need her to be in it. If they were to bring someone else into it, I personally would prefer Tatum Paxley. I think she would fit in very perfectly with them, and considering she just lost both of her faction members, she's kind of in no man's land right now. So, but that's neither here nor there. I am just really glad that they're back and they're doing stuff, and I hope they don't flop them again. And this wasn't just like a one-off of them returning for Bray Wyatt's birthday, and then they go back to not being on TV.
So. Were they just not on TV just because there was nothing for them to do? Like they weren't writing anything? That's so like
because nobody. Well, actually that's not true. I think Bo Dallas was injured.
Oh, okay.
I think. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but everybody else was fine and could have been doing stuff. But
hey, let's write a story for El Grande Americano and put that on TV instead, right? That's where the money's at.
Fernando said, I don't think Alexa Bliss should be in the YS6. Yeah, I agree. TJ said yes, he was. So
okay, that makes sense.
I think he was. Yeah, he was injured.
Alexa does need to get rid of that doll.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, she doesn't need it anymore. It had its time, and she doesn't need it anymore. But also, let me just say, and Maddie, I know you're probably going to disagree with me, and I don't care, but Alexa ate Tiffany up during that promo on SmackDown.
I don't disagree with you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The only thing I'll say is the "Hi, I'm Alexa" line. I had a physical cringe to that. And I'm sure it's probably just me, and I'm so prepared to take the L on this, but I don't know what it was. I was just like, I feel like that didn't sit the way it should have. But I'm probably just being dramatic, and I'm fully ready to admit that. So, I will say, I think that they had, when you were in a ring with Alexa and Charlotte, like two of the best on the mic, they absolutely told those two to be quiet. They're like, Tiffany needs to shine here, guys. So I'm gonna just need you to let her say anything and just not respond. Because if you respond, you'll just eat her up. So it was nice of them to do that because Tiffany actually looked really good. Yeah, I know, Cap. I'm just being dramatic. Tiffany looked really good. And
her calling Charlotte and Alexa vintage, girl. Crazy. I felt so old in that moment.
And then Alexa put a comeback on her Instagram story, and I was like, damn, if you would have said that, that would have eaten. But obviously, I think they had them keep quiet just because of what's happened with Tiffany and Charlotte in the past. So they're like, Tiffany needs to look strong here, guys. Just
yeah.
Becky clears both on the mic.
Well, Hunter says Alexa clears Charlotte on the mic, period.
Sometimes, yeah. Sorry. I think sometimes, yeah.
But Cap, absolutely not. Becky does not clear anybody. Okay, anyway.
Well, I mean, maybe a few, but Alexa and Charlotte, no.
Fine, she clears Natty, because let's just be real. I love Natty so much, but girl can't be on the mic.
That one time, though, Natty ate her up. That one time when
that
she
is
had
true.
You know what I'm talking? The NXT Women's title, and she ate her out so bad.
True. Also, shout out to Natty, who was the MVP of the Money in the Bank qualifier match with her, Becky, and who was it? Rhea.
She was. No, you thought she was the MVP? I forgot she was in the match.
Who was it? Oh, Roxanne.
Roxanne was MVP.
No, Natty was the MVP girl of that match.
I forgot Natty was
because Roxanne missed several of her spots, and I don't know if it was nerves. I don't know if it was just like the lack of chemistry between the three of them. I don't know what the issue was, but Roxanne missed like 2 or 3 of her spots. Aww. And then Becky botching the whole thing with her and Lyra. That's a whole nother. Y'all still defending her? Okay. But then we didn't even talk about Zoe Stark.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Look, as somebody who is extremely injury prone, like I feel same. Like oh my god.
Well,
that looked horrific.
first of all, shout out to Zoe Stark. We hope for a speedy and easy recovery. And wasn't I just saying last week how I wanted Zoe to win because I wanted her
Yeah.
to have more opportunities and like how
Yeah.
I think she's actually really good? And
Yeah.
then this happens. Did I jinx her? Did I do this?
No. But it looked so nasty. Like her.
Oh,
Whoa. I just,
like
yeah.
and listen, it's not just her fault. It's not just Kyrie's fault. Everybody's, wants to point the blame. Unfortunately, wrestling is a collaborative effort, and sometimes things just happen. Kyrie wasn't looking when she was supposed to. Zoe jumped off too early. She tried to
Yeah.
stop herself, and unfortunately, her leg went a way that it's not supposed to.
Yeah.
And I wish she would have just like kept doing the drop kick and just like landed on her side or something instead of
Mhm.
trying to catch herself and like stop herself,
Mhm.
because then she wouldn't have messed up her leg. But I
Yeah.
was like, oh my gosh. And then obviously Kyrie and Rhea had to call an audible and just have a solo match because or a single or what is it? Singles
Singles
match
match. Yeah.
because they had to take Zoe out. So it's like,
Yeah.
I felt so bad for her.
They take away
And
her tag partner, and now she's injured. It
both of
sucks.
them, both
Yeah.
Sonya and Shayna are gone. So it's like I was hoping that she was going to have a singles push again. And now here we are. She's back on the shelf, unfortunately. And,
Well, she definitely wasn't going to win the qualifying match considering Rhea was in the match. So,
yeah, but like she had been having good matches. Like I said, she was having good matches with Maxine and like other stuff. So,
yeah.
I mean, she could have started going after a mid card title and I would have been completely okay with that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, like Fernando is saying right here, mistakes happen in wrestling, maybe scripted, but the risks are real. Period. That's
Mhm.
merch. That's merch.
No, I don't think so.
Like it may be scripted, but the risk was real. I don't know. It seems kind of badass. I
Mary
don't
thinks
know.
everything is merch, guys.
Speaking of, maybe coming soon, sneak
Oh.
peek. Oh,
Well, I am wearing the shirt that you're not. So,
you know what? Sometimes I can't be wearing it. It needs to be. It's in the laundry. But no, but really, shout out to Zoe Stark. I hope she gets a quick recovery. And unfortunately, she's had knee injuries in the past, so like this is not new territory for her. I feel like knee injuries are like the most common in WWE. Like it seems like knees are,
especially
we
in the
need them. We
women's
need them.
division.
Yeah, it's super unfortunate.
Yeah. We hope to see her back soon, girly.
Yeah. So far we have qualifying for Money in the Bank. We have Alexa Bliss, Rhea, Roxanne Perez, and Julia. So we have 2 more spots to fill. Usually it's 6, right?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Naomi.
I don't know if they announced any more qualifying matches.
Yes, so they're doing a match between Naomi, Jade, and come on, guys, help me out here. Who's the last girly?
Is it? It's not Nia.
Yes, Nia.
Oh, it is Nia. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Anybody from Raw? Do you know of the qualifying match for that? Or no, because we have all 3 from Raw.
Yeah.
Oh wait, just kidding, because Alexa's on SmackDown.
Oh yeah. They did just announce one on Twitter, I think. I can look.
Go look it up. Go look it up.
I'll look it up. But yeah, between Naomi, Jade, and Nia, I absolutely hope and pray that Naomi wins.
Me too. I really hope they don't just do it. Like, I hope they don't give it to Jade just because they're trying to push her to the moon. Like, I get it, but I think Naomi should be in the ladder match 100%. And I think she should be a contender to win it.
She should win it. She should win it. Like,
TJ said, didn't they say Bianca is going to be on SmackDown this Friday, or am I tripping? I don't know. Maddie would know best.
Yeah.
Is Bianca going to be on SmackDown this week?
I didn't hear anything about that. I'm not finding the qualifying match. Maybe they didn't announce it yet because they've only announced the men's matches for tomorrow.
Which is who?
Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor. And then we have Chad Gable versus Dragon Lee versus Penta.
Okay, so that's Very, very strange. Oh, and I mean, we'll talk kind of a little bit about Saturday night's main event.
Yeah.
I guess we can just kind of rapid fire through it because
Wait,
this.
Bianca had a video. Why did they do that? Why did they announce a return? Like, just let it be a surprise, bro.
That's how I felt about Kairi Sane. Why did they
Yeah.
tell us she was returning? Why didn't they have her do a surprise entrance? Like, oh, here's your guys' third person in the match, and then Kairi Sane comes out. Hello.
That's really annoying, especially for like one of your top like 3 females in the women's division, and you're not even
Yeah.
gonna. Maddie doesn't know her favorite's returning. I didn't watch SmackDown, so I'm sorry, I didn't watch it.
Well, anyway, let's rapid fire through Saturday Night Main
Yeah.
Event because
Let's do it.
this show, it was so quick. It was just like
Really?
boom, 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 boom. Because
I heard there was a lot of commercials.
well, I watched this morning. I didn't watch last night, so maybe that's why it felt that way. But like, I swear none of the matches were more than 10 minutes. So like they were go, go, go the whole time.
That sucks.
So the first
Saturday
match.
commercials.
So the first match was Sami Zayn and CM Punk versus Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. It was a very quick pace match. Honestly, I couldn't really tell you like any major things that happened other than Bronson Reed showing up and is now with Seth and Braun Breaker. So he now has Braun and Bronson.
And the crowd goes mild.
Literally, especially because Seth and Bronson Reed were feuding for how
Yeah.
long?
Yeah.
And Bronson absolutely destroyed him with his tsunamis. So it's like, but now
they're
works for Seth?
besties.
I don't know.
Oh, what? Like
Braun looked like a he looked like a dog when the owner gets a new dog and then they're like upset about it and don't want to embrace the new dog.
oh, Braun Breaker needed to chill with the spray tan.
I'm telling you, he needs to stop going to the tanning salon. I can't.
That main roster is spray tan and lip filler all across the board. Let's
Oof.
calm it down, y'all.
Cap said Seth just wanted the bronze in his faction.
I guess so. I mean, you know, sure.
Yeah, he came out and he attacked CM Punk, and then Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker got the win.
Who took the pin? Was it Punk?
Sami Zayn.
I figured as much. Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Was it a good match? I don't know. I did not watch. So
that's the thing. I felt like I just watched a bunch of stuff happening and then it was over. like I don't know. I don't know. But then we had Zelina Vega versus Chelsea Green, and unfortunately we had another botch situation.
Yeah.
Zelina Vega went for the 619 and she got caught up in the ropes. She then proceeded to like just try to do a kick so that there was some impact. She hit Chelsea Green in the face. Chelsea's nose started bleeding profusely.
Yeah.
Like when Nia got busted up on SmackDown. Holy Jesus. There's a lot of blood this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Chelsea Green finished the match with a bloody nose. Zelina hit a code red off the top rope, which was really cool. It was a really cool finisher. And Zelina retained her title. That's pretty much it. And they did do a couple like cool moves during that match. Chelsea Green is just so good.
Yeah.
And it was funny because one of the moves that Chelsea did, she kind of like flipped Zelina around. And when Zelina hit the mat, like, you know, normally a lot of times when people bump onto the mat, it like makes a sound. It just like didn't make a sound because she's so light.
She's that tiny damn girl. I will say, like, I think people are being really mean about the botch and very unnecessary because
for this one in particular,
Zelina's 619 botch.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Like, how many times have we seen her do it successfully? A lot. And oh no, one time she doesn't do it. And also, I saw someone say this, and I really agree with it. I think people are way harsher on women's wrestlers for botching than men. Like, y'all be acting like your faves that have been around for ages, the vets. You be acting like it's no big deal when they botch, but when Zelina Vega or someone else, a woman like Kairi Sane, whatever botches, then it's the end of the world, and oh, you suck. Yeah, no. Less of that energy, because again, like Fernando says, Chelsea got through it like a pro. And it wasn't a great match, sure, but like it was also a last minute match. And then probably didn't have a lot of time to prep for that because they don't seem to value women's wrestling as much anymore. So
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of why I wanted to talk about women's wrestling just in general, because unfortunately that what you're talking about, it parallels real life where like a man and a woman could mess up on the same thing, but sometimes, sometimes, I won't say all the time because people get crazy.
Mhm.
When the woman messes up, but it's the same mistake as a man, she gets more slack for it because women are expected to be perfect.
Yeah.
We're expected to always have our stuff together. We're expected to be perfect. We're expected to bear the weight on our shoulders, and this is not feminism. It's not that. It's just literally facts. Like
Yeah.
women wrestlers are held to a much higher standard than the men because the men can just have a match where they're just pushing each other around and doing slams and they're like 5-star match, and the women could pull out all the stops and then be like, well, but they messed up here and they messed up there, and
Yeah.
it's people are just more likely to call out those botches than men's botches, and
Yeah.
it's really unfortunate. But anyway, so what match was next?
There was only
Um,
two other, Damian
oh
and Drew, I guess, right?
no, so we had John Cena and R-Truth, which was like 5 minutes, but it was hysterical.
Did that not
Our
main event?
No, it was in the middle of the show.
What?
Yeah, and R-Truth came out to John Cena's music. He came out dressed as John Cena. It was hilarious. They went back and forth, kind of doing John's moveset, and then John was going to hit him with the title, decided against it, handed the title to the ref. The ref turned around, low blows R-Truth, and gets the win. Gives him an AA, and then gets a 3 count. So, I mean, it wasn't anything crazy. It was just I was wanting it to be more fun. I really, really wanted it to be more fun.
Yeah, which is great.
But R-Truth is hilarious, and he's so athletic, even though he's like in his 50s. He's just so good.
Oh, the match wasn't for the title? Was it not?
No.
Oh, okay.
At least as far as I know, they didn't like do the whole thing of, oh, this is for the WWE Championship. Okay. So
I feel like it's like, like Cap saying, like people complaining. It's just a little fun. Sprinkle a little fun in there, a little comedic relief. We could all use it sometimes.
Yeah. And then we had Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre in the steel cage, which was, I'm not kidding, 6 minutes, maybe. I literally, and then it ended with Damian Priest winning by walking out the front door.
I did hear about that because apparently the commentator was not happy.
Jesse Ventura would not let it go. He would not let it go. He was like, he should have had to climb over the cage and blah, blah, blah. He shouldn't be able to walk out the front door. And he just kept repeating it over and over. No, he walked out the front door. He walked out the front door. Like, sir, shut up.
I mean, that is kind of like part of how you can win a cage match. So
yeah, I guess because in his era, you had to go over. I guess you couldn't walk out the front door. I don't know. But
I mean, I get what he's saying in terms of like a lackluster ending, but it's also not that deep. So
no, but the whole match felt lackluster to me. It didn't feel great. Like, when you think about Drew's steel cage match with CM Punk, this was nothing near that. So, and then Damian Priest hits him with a concerto and then walks out, and then like that's it.
Oh my god. I feel that's actually crazy.
Yeah, so I don't know where they're gonna go from there, but
well, I mean, they shouldn't have had this match anyway. Like this feud should have fully ended at WrestleMania, and now it seems like we're probably gonna, after the sounds of that ending, we probably get one more or something.
Probably,
but it's like, who gives a crap? What are they even fighting about anymore? I don't remember.
Know.
They were cash in from WrestleMania 40. Yeah.
Well, that and like the whole Judgment Day stuff, but then Drew still blaming Damian for like him not having a title and blah blah blah.
Oh,
I don't know. But then the main event was Jey Uso versus Logan Paul. This match was maybe 12 minutes, maybe, because at 15 minutes, like they were still doing Jay's entrance, and I'm like, okay. And also, Jay came out first, which I don't love. He's the champion. Why is he coming out first? It's so dumb.
I hate that.
But
I'm still humble.
before the match though, there was a good backstage thing between John Cena and Jey Uso, where John was like, you know what would ruin wrestling? If Logan Paul beat you for your title. And so then he was like kind of insinuating that he was going to kind of make something happen because he wants to ruin wrestling.
He's doing a great job, honestly.
So they had their match. It was,
was it good?
It was a typical Jey and Logan match. Like, it was very like Jey hitting super kicks, Logan doing his athletic stuff.
Nothing crazy.
And then John came out and he pulled the ref out so that he couldn't do a 3 count. Started beating up Jey Uso. And then the return of Cody Rhodes. The American Nightmare came to Jey Uso's aid, started beating up John and Logan. And now we're going to have a tag match at Money in the Bank with Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes versus John Cena and Logan Paul. Because why would we have either champion defending their titles at Money in the Bank? Why would we do that?
Who put this on? Like, I don't know. I feel like it was kind of a lackluster return for Cody. Saturday Night Main Event is when you're gonna have him come back. Like, really?
I would have preferred SmackDown, honestly.
I would have preferred SmackDown. Money in the Bank would have been chill. Like,
yeah.
Why? Also, I just don't. Why is Cena tagging with Logan Paul? Like, when?
Because
what?
he's trying to get all that heat, and he knows that people hate Logan Paul.
It's better than Fiend, I guess. But like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm so glad we didn't see Travis Scott last night.
They really don't have like anything. They have no idea what they're doing. Like, they're actually just making this up as they go along, and like. I hope Cena is having fun. I really hope Cena's having fun, but the rest, like, a lot of us are not, because it's just like, this is kind of sucky. It's kind of sucky.
John and R-Truth should have been way longer, and it should have been more fun.
Yeah.
But that is what it is. So
I'm happy Cody's
that was
back, but like,
me too.
I don't know.
But that was Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, there you go. What would you give it out of 10 as someone who actually watched it?
I'd give it like a 6.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a 6.5.
What about you guys in the chat?
Just because like I like when things are fast paced, because then there's no chance of me getting bored and looking at my phone.
4. Ouch.
Oof. Yeah, I mean I'm being generous, I think, but it's fine.
Do you want to talk about Evolution 2?
Okay, I'm still not convinced it's happening.
What do you mean? I thought it was like announced.
No, it has never been officially announced. Triple H has not said the words, we're having Evolution 2, because we have Money in the Bank and Worlds Collide next month. Then we have Night of Champions in July. So there's no way we're also having Evolution 2 in July. There's no way.
Everyone's saying they did.
When?
They announced. I'll look it up right now.
Okay.
We'll see.
So someone, because I have been looking and I haven't.
I'm pretty sure I saw it officially.
Cap said they announced it yesterday. If they announced it during the commercials for Saturday night's main event, then I did not see it because I didn't watch it live.
WWE announces Evolution 2 for July 13th in Atlanta. There you go, girl.
Okay, well, I didn't see the announcement because I didn't watch it live.
They announced it during Saturday. Them announcing it during its Saturday night main event is very much like, hey, we actually, we don't really care. Like, it's like that meme where it's like, here, damn. That's what it is.
Yeah. They said, all right, shut up.
Here, damn.
And it was right before the women's match, according to TJ. Oh my gosh, Maddie, are we going to Atlanta? We have to go to Evolution 2. We're a women's wrestling podcast.
In July. No.
We're a women's wrestling podcast. What do you mean?
That's like Pride weekend, girl. I literally
shoot.
I can't get out of that. I'm sorry. Also, I'm literally going to San Diego in November.
Okay. And
I don't have this kind of money, girl. We could always do like some kind of watch party or something, but like I deadass am not allowed to leave during Pride weekend because of my job.
I want to go to Evolution 2 so bad. Well,
I do too, but I also don't really want to go to Atlanta, so
But here's the thing. It's like I say that I would want to go, but then if like the card is like not great, I would be upset and then be like, damn it, I don't want to go now.
Exactly. I mean, what's the main event going to be? Like Rhea versus Io?
Probably.
Like, I don't want to see that again. I mean, great match, I'm sure, but like again. But yeah, that's cool. We'll hopefully get some good stuff out.
the return of my Bella twins to come get the tag titles.
I could see that. Yeah. Hopefully not.
I would scream and cry if I don't know. I really like if they continue to do Evolution, like if they make it a yearly pay-per-view, then we'll definitely have to go at some point. But
I don't think they will do that.
ugh,
if we get
so
a third
lame.
one, like it might be in like maybe 3 years from now. I'm amazed that they're doing a second one. I really am.
Well, maybe by then we'll have 100,000 subscribers and we can do this full time. Period.
Yeah, let's hope.
Manifestation. So like this is kind of a loaded question, but
no.
I mean, especially knowing now that Evolution 2 is happening.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the state of the women's division in WWE right now?
It's not great. It's really not great. Like I feel like we have great champions, especially like our greatest champion right now, I think, is Io.
Yeah.
Because she's, I mean, I don't even need to say she's unbelievable. She's so good. Every match is amazing. Tiffany's great. She's not as great as Io. But I just feel like with TKO specifically, they do not value women's wrestling. Like there's even been quotes of like some of their people being like, women don't sell, like women don't get views, stuff like that. So sometimes I feel like we're going backwards, like in time. And it's, I don't know. I wish they cared more because obviously people care about women's wrestling. You hear the reactions when Rhea walks to the ring. You hear the reactions for Io in just this past Friday. Tiffy time chants were so loud. So it's like, if you actually put effort into it and stop being so lazy, like, yeah, people will care even more and more and more and more. And everyone says, what was the greatest wrestling match of WrestleMania 41? Oh, yeah, the women's triple threat. Yep. So women's wrestling matters. People do care. The people who don't care is TKO. So,
but it's so crazy because, like, yes, it does feel a little bit like we're going backwards a little bit. But at the same time, if you really look at like what's going on social media specifically, the women's division is eating up the men's division. People care more about Stephanie and Jordan. People care more about Io and Rhea. People care more about Alexa Bliss. Like she is so over.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous. Like she is so over right now. Every time she walks out, it's pop every single time.
Crazy, yeah.
And it's like,
which is so crazy because, like, she literally told you and I that she was not expecting that.
No.
So it's like,
I mean, I feel like a lot of wrestlers always feel that way. They're like, when I come back, are people going to be receptive?
Yeah.
And the fact that she really, like, she thought that they weren't going to react the way that they did at Royal Rumble, like, that was so evident. And also, even moving away from WWE, AEW, the best storylines over there right now are Mercedes and Jamie and Tony and Mina, period.
I disagree with, I don't necessarily think there's much of a story. I mean, the best thing in AEW right now is Tony Storm. Like, yes, 100%. Well, yes. The Death Eaters, Death Riders, whatever they're called, I don't know. I tried to get into it. I tried. It's unbelievably bad. And I think the Hurt Syndicate stuff that's fine, you know. But yeah, I think you've got a point. I mean,
but I just feel that overall, women's wrestling right now is making more headlines than the men. And I don't know, maybe it's just my FYP. You guys let me know, because I feel like the women's division, in terms of like what's going viral on social media and stuff, the women are cooking. They are.
Yeah.
Like everybody is living for Io's thing. Like everybody's doing, even non-wrestling fans are doing it.
Yeah.
And like that's normally something that's only reserved for the men. You know, well, they'll do the John Cena things outside of wrestling. They'll do
like Caitlin Clark, you know.
Yeah, or like even RKOs, like anything. But the women are starting to get those things.
Yeah.
And like I think a lot of the women superstars are more over than the men. And because like if you think about even the mid card champs, like we have Lyra and we have Zelina, but sometimes I forget who even is the champions for the men sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I know that Dominic is the IC title, but if
Dude.
you told me today who was the US title, I'd be like, huh? Because I forget that it's Jacob Fatu. I'm just saying.
I just forgot that it was him too. Just now I was about to ask you who it was.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Let me know if I'm wrong. But I feel like women's wrestling right now, even like, and I feel like that's why they're trying to not showcase them. Like, I feel like they're noticing that the women are getting more shine, and so they're pulling them back.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm just being cynical. Maybe I'm seeing things that aren't there. I don't know. But
also when you have like your top male stars like CM Punk being like, yeah, I probably would have had the women main event. Like even men wrestlers are like, yeah, I don't really know what's going on. The women are pretty fire. What's going on here? So it's not just like us saying this stuff, you know. Oh yeah, I forgot that they were. Yeah, I forgot about that too.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. People are doing the EO emotes during their graduations and stuff. Like it's
kind of cringe, but fair enough.
Hey, I find it hilarious. Or when people do the yeet during their graduations, I think it's hilarious.
That's kind of
but because wrestling, like even though people like to think, oh, it's just this weird subculture, it's not. We're a part of the mainstream. Like it really is.
Yeah.
And people just don't notice it, I guess. I don't know. But women's wrestling matters, and I love seeing that there's more and more women on the indies now than ever before. There's so many women's wrestlers. Like I've been following new people constantly on our Instagram, and it's just becoming more obvious that we're here to stay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Period. So, you know, my sermon is over. Do you have anything else that you want to say?
Burying, you know, that's all I got. And what else is there to say? I mean, damn.
Well, if you guys want to help the movement of Women's Wrestling Matters, make sure like when you're commenting on Instagram posts and things like that, make sure you're doing the hashtag Women's Wrestling Matters or like support women's wrestling. Just any of those things, get those things trending so that we can really support women's wrestling.
Yeah.
And Cap just said Mary was actually cooking for once. Period.
For once.
I don't even care. Leaving off on that note. Make sure you guys follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Meet Us in the Ring. Please like this video. Comment down below who your favorite women's wrestler is. Give them some love. And Maddie, take us out.
Women's wrestling matters, and Logan Paul does not.
Period. Bye.